Catch me only just afternoon, Sunday the something or other of September, probably about halfway through, and I've come again to Chester for my last little drag of the English part of the west coastline of England, and today I'm heading into Wales. Let's see how far I get. I must have only come about a mile or so outside of the city centre. I never even went through the city centre, to be honest with you, the national cycle route that sort of skirts the outside of it. So I didn't get to see Chester this time, but maybe on the way back. And you can see already what quite a wide, muddy estuary this is, the River Dee. Obviously, as it passes through Chester, and it's got bars and restaurants either side and quite touristy. And then suddenly you can see it's this sort of slightly brackish water, and I can smell the salt water in the air, the sea salt water in the air already, although I'm probably quite a few miles from the actual coast itself. So the estuary begins, and the salt, the sand and the mud flats and all the seabirds, and even, they must have been scared at one point because there's even a little pillbox right over there, look. So they must have been anticipating enemies coming up here, up this channel at some point in the last World Wars. You see here on this stone as well, an official marker for the Wales Coast Path, which apparently starts in Chester at the train station, which is where I got off the train, obviously. Let's go! The other thing that I would note, of course, as I cycle along is that I'm on the north side of the River Dee, so still in the Wirral territory, to be honest. But you can see on the other side it's mostly just overgrown, steep banks, muddy banks, and industry. So I guess this is why the route takes you this way to start with, and then across a bridge which will cross the River Dee at some point. This river is going two ways. I'm not sure this will come out on camera, but over there on the other side there's a good like 20 feet of detritus and river driftwood and stuff coming this way, and the same on this side going that way, and then through the middle the river is persisting. You can probably just see the crests of the waves over there as it's fighting against the incoming tide. Amazing. And what a beautiful pale blue wrought iron bridge this is. I bet this has got some age to it. I'll have to Google it. So I was over there, the other side. I only had to get a bit closer to the sign. There it is, Wales Coast Path, or as they say in Welsh, so we seem to have branched away from the river a bit, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm pretty sure it will be up close to it again soon. Maybe it's just because this meadow, this farmland gets in the way, who knows. So I think I can see cyclists the other side. There must be the cyclist proper path for cyclists continues the other side. Maybe I shouldn't have crossed that bridge, because this side is really bumpy and just for walkers, it looks like, just like the coastal path for walkers. And you end up having to try and get through these kissing gates with a bike. There's another bridge up ahead as well. Perhaps that was the one I should have taken. See, that's much better. Nice and smooth. If you can hear me above all the geese squawking with each other. Ah, this is better. So much better on the old bum. Look at these strange things behind me. Quite a few of them. There's one over there, one there, and they're just all over the place. I reckon they're sort of wafting sewage out the ground. What do you think? And by wafting sewage, I don't mean literally wafting sewage. But remember in London, they had these humongous stink pipes during the Victorian period, where they built an extensive sewer network under the city. And to release the gases, I think, from those underground tunnels full of nasty stuff, they built these huge chimneys sticking out the ground that obviously went far underground to release the methanes and such what out into the atmosphere without it being explosive, with a nice backdrop of some kind of fishing boat. Nice, isn't it? Nice to see a proper bit of English culture going on. Sunday cricket match, a very relaxed, quintessential gentleman's English sport. Upper Bryn Road, the first Welsh word that I've seen that I recognise. Bryn means hill. We've come through a little housing estate, but now we continue to Flint. I've seen a sign for Flint that said 4, and then a sign that said 3, and then that one just said 4. Surely I'm not going round in circles. Someone's got the measuring stick messed up. Maybe Welsh miles are slightly different to English miles. And the other thing I've not seen is a signpost that's saying I'm in Wales yet. Well, I finally made it to Flint, as you can see over there. Let's see what Flint looks like, because it's got a castle. So after a slightly tortuous single track road into Flint, which has now become dual carriageway, but I've turned off and I'm gathering this is the high street. Higgledy mix of different architecture and styles and historical buildings over there the other side, but just cram-packed with shite shop after shite shop. Convenience stores, hair and nail salons, estate agents, a boots which is shut. Two little scroty lads over there taking the piss out of obviously the Flint tramp guy, rooting around for cigarettes in the bin. If this is Flint High Street, then what happened? What happened here? I don't even know if we want to try for half a pint in the George and Dragon. Let's see where the castle is. So, just found a map, so it looks like I'm down here. This looks like it is the high street. So I'm going to head down there, because the castle's right down there on the coast. But I think I might risk it for a biscuit. Try half a Guinness in that pub first. What do you think? Thank you, George and Dragon. That was actually lovely. I had a nice half a pint Guinness and full of regulars, old folk, all having a Sunday beer. It was nice atmosphere. The smell of nice food in there as well. Appearances can be deceptive. You're a big fellow, aren't you? I haven't got any fish and chips for you to steal. Wow. Massive guy. Just trying to find my way to the castle. There's Flint train station. But I think I've got to go down this way.
Where do we hide now?
I guess that's what it used to look like at some point, when the River Dee used to come up a bit further. Massive thick walls. Massively thick. Such a shame that it's a ruin, but it was some impressive building when it was made. Dungeon maybe. Prime location on the coast here. I guess at some point it was protecting the Welsh from the English, or the English from the Welsh. Oh, if only I could go back a few hundred years and see what it used to look like. Obviously it had multiple layers at some point. Les L. Giggs. Love you too, Les. Little stairs around there. Fascinating fascinated by castles. Look how wide the D is here. Incredible. When you consider the amount of marshland this side and the other side, that it's still such a ginormous river. Not sure I'm confident enough to go up the tower steps, but let's find out. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Into the dungeon below. Let's have a look in this one. You can see the remains of what must have been some internal buildings as well. Was this the well? This was probably the well, wasn't it, that provided them a source of water. Oh, that goes down a fair way. Let's have a look at this one. Just think of the man hours that must have gone into creating something like this. Where'd they get all the stone from? Oh, not keen. Let's have a look. The thickness of the walls there, and this what looks like must have been some kind of moat around the outskirts of it as well when the river was higher. Oh dear. Wonder how high it actually was in its heyday. Back down again. And have a look down the bottom bit. Fascinating. There'd have been torches in these walls. But very dark, I imagine, you know, especially in the winter when the lights draw in early. Be much better without screaming kids, of course. Over the horrible bridge with low railing and holes in the middle. Oh, yeah, okay, we've done it. Well, I've left the castle behind me. Love these enchanted forests, don't we? Proper estuary now, look. Take you hours to swim across that, and probably a good hour in a boat. See the coast of the Wirral on the other side. Wonder exactly what town that is. Wonder if that's West Kirby. Funny to think that I walked and cycled all the way along there and wild camped over there at one point. And this is a very narrow, gravelly little path here. Just the tops of the marshland. Hopefully we'll get to some more civilization soon, because you can see it's so narrow. I'm having to completely focus on where my bike's going rather than looking at the scenery around me. But it is beautiful. Hello sheepies. Hello. Well, I've been coming along the road for a few miles because I think the coastal path turned into a bit of a coastal path rather than a cycle route. I might be wrong. And I thought I'd stop just to rest my bum for a bit and look at this lovely little old thatched cottage. Don't see many of them up north. The old tavern there, don't look open though. And this massive place here, which is a car boot sale on Sundays. But it's today's Sunday, can't see a car boot sale. A bit of an old lighthouse boat. Light boat, is that what it's called? That thing there? And then I spotted right over there in the distance, looks like some kind of, is it a cruise ship perhaps? Looks very much worse for wear though, rusty. I hope it's not in action because it looks like it's fallen to bits. The Duke of Lancaster was birthed here in 1979. Thereafter, trade at this site was scuppered by pirates. Oh, I wonder what's going on there then. Lanarkymore Dock. I wonder if you can have a little trip around it or something. It does look like an old cruise ship, doesn't it? It's sort of got those sort of Titanic vibes to it. The lifeboat's hanging off the side there. Coming down here past that enormous ship behind me, look at that. I think you can hire it out for wedding venues and things like that, so it must be reasonably okay inside. And so I'm back on the Wales coast path now, and got a little bit of beach going on down there. Pretty sure this camera won't pick it up, but it's amazing seeing across to the other side, to the Wirral over there, and you can just about make out probably right over there on the edge of the land is the coast where I saw that lifeboat station. And then, probably not on this GoPro, but just hundreds and hundreds of windmills spanning out all the way out into the ocean as far as the eye can see. And those two little islands there, which I've seen people do camping on, you can probably get to it at low tide or something. And no sooner have you left the side of the coast than you were going through another enchanted forest. This is lovely. Couldn't agree more. Seem to have arrived finally at Prestatyn after lots of road work, caravan parks, amusement places, and now a sandy beach. So I'm hoping to find a pub and then maybe the train station. What is nice, to be honest with you, now that I've actually reached Prestatyn, not going to make it to Rhyl today. Bum's too sore. This is proper sea now. You can barely make out any coastline over there at all. Maybe some the hundreds of windmills. Proper nice. The sound of rolling in, the waves rolling into the sandy beach. Wish I had more time so I could get down there and have a little paddle. Another day maybe when I've got more time. Go on, get back and have some dinner yet.